Sanderson, CEO, and Sandy Gutierrez, CMO of eAssist Dental Solutions, to talk to them about one of their new services available to dental offices around the country. So please tell me a little bit about this new service. It's dental accounting, correct?
Dental accounting, that's right.
Yes, it's an extension of our core service that we did.
Dental accounting is, so often dentists have a QuickBooks system somewhere in a CPA's firm that they don't have access to. They never know really where the money's coming and going. They might get a profit and loss statement once a month on the 15th of the following month. Sometimes things aren't coded correctly. And the biggest problem you have is you're now that so many insurance companies are switching to EFT payments instead of sending checks, your front office person starts posting on the ledger EOBs when they arrive as if the EFT's been cleared through the bank, not knowing for sure that it's been cleared.
Who's checking to make sure that what's in the bank account is what's on your practice management system?
Yeah, you as a dentist, you either have to trust your office manager enough to give them full access to your bank account online banking so they can see all your money coming in, or you have to just hope that when the insurance company says that they processed it into your bank that you trust them.
And we have found that sometimes that doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
Human error is inevitable.
Happens all the time. Sometimes pharmacies receive your checks and your EFTs. Sometimes when you have an associate somewhere working in your practice and maybe working in another practice, that other practice might receive your check and vice versa electronically into the wrong bank account. So you've got to have some system now, and accounting firms don't do this. But we created custom software using APIs. We have to move all of our clients over to QuickBooks Online for them, so they have instant access now instead of having their QuickBooks stored away in some accountant's office. They can see their financials at any time. And our software then extracts the EFT information that gets deposited and sends an automated email to the office managers so they can post with confidence any EFTs that have actually hit the bank.
And so it's actually posted. A lot of times what's happening is the insurance company is telling you, we deposited this in your bank. So they go ahead and post the payment on the patient's ledger. Well, come to find out, maybe 6 months down the line, that was never deposited in the bank. So the patient has credit for that. So to come back and take it away from the patient because it was never actually deposited in the bank causes issues. Patients are upset. Having those checks and balances in place, making sure that the money's in the bank prior to posting.
Makes all the difference.
The patient's ledger.
It's also like if your bank account has, if you have like, in my own office we had this issue where we have this bank system that you could put a check in and it would scan and then electronically you would post the check so you wouldn't have to do a bank run. And we had one office manager who does a fantastic job, but she scanned $10,000 worth of checks. And then for some reason that EFT that came from our office to the bank never was transmitted. And after a week, she shredded the checks. 6 months later, we found out that batch was never delivered. And we figured it out through our core eAssist dental billing. This is before we had dental accounting. And some things hadn't been posted or deposited or whatever. And so everything was posted onto the bank account. I'm sorry, onto the patient's EOBs, the ledgers. But it wasn't actually in the bank account. Our system solves that problem now. So the automatic EFT API that I just described will extract the information from the bank, from QuickBooks Online, email the office manager. So even for something like that, a scenario where your local scans didn't go through, you would catch.
Just checks and balances. It's so important. And error is inevitable. Multiple eyes on it, working on it, and working from that back side, knowing what we're looking for, knowing that we're balancing out with that practice management system makes all the difference in the world. So I actually worked with a doctor at one point too. I think they did an accounting piece where, running a business, it's the profit margins aren't there any longer the way they used to be. So it's you have to run your business very. You have to run it as a business, and so if that's not being done, I had an office that they didn't divide. Everything was just kind of used for home payments and office payments and staff payments and salaries and everything out of one bank account, and things were totally in a disarray. And the poor doctor actually ended up almost going bankrupt until he actually found a system where he could separate it and actually run his dental office as a business, balance his banking information. He never knew where he stood. He never knew what money was coming in from the insurance companies, what money was coming in from the patients, and so he never knew what he had or how his business was doing. Was it growing? Was it faltering? What he needed to do? What he needed to make changes with? So it's huge.
Very cool. So what sets you apart from any other dental accounting firm across the nation? What makes you different?
What I just described. Our software that goes and extracts EFT payments automatically, and then you get an email. That's no one else does that. Because accounting firms don't understand what office managers are going through. Because I'm a dentist, we're in the dental profession, this is exactly what we're doing. You can go to dentalaccounting.com and learn more. Part of what we do are our billing. We'll actually pay bills too if you want us to do that. We also have a CPA service too.
Payroll?
Where we partner with other CPAs, payroll. We outsource that to another vendor, and we work in tandem so we can help you solve all of your accounting problems.
Well, that sounds like a very exciting service. Congratulations. And if someone wanted, so we have dentalaccounting.com as the website. Is there a phone number they can also reach you on?
Same number, 1-844 eAssist.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thanks, GC.